Racing gambles like a blackjack, rolling the dice. Hundreds in my bag, just to cover my vice. Niggas throwing shade, trying to block the daylight. Money don't make you real, that's all my life. Money don't make you real, that's all my life. Had to pop a pill, hop on the mic. Lot of shit that deal with, but we be alright. I'm a lion in the field, I ain't no mice. Lion in the field, I ain't no mice. Won't play with you in real life, niggas softer than cotton. It don't matter if you photo, they gon' still count your pockets. I'ma keep on chasing these millions, niggas, they crack riding. Glasses from Louis Vuitton, they ain't come from Cavalli. I go Ricky, I go Balenci. Used to rock the Zanattis. Be overseas, I'm in my D's with baby massaging my body. It's the real blue Scotty when we smoke lottie-dottie. When gonna get high, he high like two Scotty Hottie. It's gonna be a bill for me to perform at your party. I can't do no deals at all, I don't wanna bargain. Racing gambles like a blackjack, rolling the dice. Rollin' hundreds in my bag, just to cover my vice. Niggas throwing shade, tryna block the daylight. Money don't make you real, that's all my life. Money don't make you real, that's all my life. Had to pop a pill, hop on the mic. Lot of shit that deal with, but we be alright. I'm a lion in the field, I ain't no mice. Lion in the field, I ain't no mice. If I don't get no new deal.
What is going on? What's going on today, family? How are we feeling today? How are we doing today, man? Who's excited for this class today, man? It's about to be pure game. I hope y'all are ready. Real quick, everybody go ahead and drop where you're from. Go ahead and post in the comments city and state. I don't know where you are located from today before we get into today's class session. And all I want to say is, man, before we get to this class started, man, it's been a long time coming. If you are new here, you're brand new here, I do a stock Sunday class every single week, and I basically break down what stocks we're looking at for the week, you know, how we did this past week, and exactly what you should be doing if you're a brand new investor so you can get to this bag the right and the correct way. So without further ado, let me see where everybody's from. I see Houston, Texas. We live here also on TikTok. You see here San Antonio. I see here Austin. I see here Detroit. I see here Philly, Go Birds. Okay, we see people all across the world. Guys, the game of investing is a game changer. Let's get into everything. Let's waste no time. Let's jump right into it. All right, boom. First and foremost, guys, let's talk about quickly what is happening this week in the stock market news. So if you do not know, guys, you need to be very active in what's happening in the news world, or else you could get crushed. So on Monday, we have nothing really going on here. And this website's called forexfactory.com, so check that out. Tuesday, nothing crazy. However, on Wednesday, we have FOMC. FOMC is a big-time news day on Wednesday, so please do not miss this day. We have a lot of bangers to call out today, so we're going to jump into everything, right? So Wednesday really is the biggest thing you can look at for the week. You know, we have some different red photo news here on Friday. It's cool to see. Nothing crazy. Let's just talk about the market and let's talk about this money, right? Let's just get right into everything. I don't want to waste none of y'all's time. I just want to get right into the bangers. If y'all didn't know, we have been going crazy in the chat. So let me start off this class first and foremost with the top stock in the market, which is the S&P 500. So as you guys know, if you don't know, the S&P 500 is a basket of the top 500 most popular companies, and this stock primarily runs the whole market. So if the SPY is going up in price, typically the whole market is also following price and going up. If it's going down, the same thing is happening. Now, as you're able to notice, we are sitting here at all-time highs here on SPY. Now, what does that actually mean? Whenever you're at all-time highs here on SPY, it's really dangerous because we just been basically going up and up and up and up in price, right? But if you look here on the higher time frame, we're beginning to slow down price a little bit up here. So we're going to have to see how the market's moving this week. But guys, without further ado, I have 5 different plays I'm going to give you to watch this week. Now, if you're doubting my ability to call out plays, I mean, you know, you should just really just be careful, you know, because we get to this money in the chat. For example, we called out some amazing plays about 2 weeks ago into the stock world. The plays went absolutely crazy. And as a result, let's go ahead and highlight some students of the week before we talk about the top 3 plays for this week. So inside of the mentorship, as you can see, people are banking every single day, All right, we did a free class here on Friday if you missed our Discord session, and we called out some puts here on PLTR, which means that we're making money as stocks are dropping in price. All right, so as you can see right here, PLTR dropped crazily here in price, and we're able to bank. All right, so now what does it actually mean? Like, let's say if somebody here is looking to start trading and they want to understand what this calls and puts do, because we have a couple plays I'm going to put on watch. So if you don't have your notes out today, I don't know what to tell you. You need to have your notes ready because I want to drop some heat. I think this week, guys, this week is going to be a crazy week. I'm calling it right now. I have 3 plays I'm looking at this week, and I don't know. I think these plays might just go crazy, so make sure you're like tapped in for this session. All right, so you see here on Friday. So guys, what is this candlestick like? How is the market looking like on this Friday? Like, what do you guys see is happening here on PLTR on the stock on Friday? Someone let me know in the chat. What happened as soon as the market opened up right here on Friday on PLTR? What happened on this company, right? It's pretty clear as day, right? The market's dropping. So as an options trader, you can make money by buying puts as companies drop in price. So given that we're at all-time highs right now, right? If we begin to see a retracement and a drop in price, you want to focus on buying puts because you're making a lot of money as we're dropping in price. So as you see here on PLTR, we call these puts here on Friday, and I mean, I hit them for about 60% on both my accounts. I made about $4,200 here on Friday, but as you can see in the gains chat, Trinity, she made 1,000% on this play right here. That means that she basically 12 times her money in one day as the stock was dropping in price. Let me call out all these plays. Also, Gabriel, he's finally crossed the $20,000 mark here in this account, going crazy. Jonathan, he's made over like what, 12K the past 2 weeks. But you know, this is enough of this talk. I don't want to show you the gains. You already know what's happening. Let's go and talk about what are the top plays we're watching for the week. So let's go ahead and let me pull up my little note sheet, and let's go ahead and start off with the first play of the week. Y'all put a fire in the chat if y'all ready for these plays, man. Put a fire in the chat if you're ready to get to this money. I want to see who's excited about these plays. I have a few plays I'm watching this week. I got a few plays. And I've seen a few of y'all posting me on your Instagram story and tagging me much love. I'm going to be reposting y'all right after this session. Feel free. Okay. I see y'all already. I see y'all. Right, cool. So let's begin with the first play we're watching here for the week. Let's start everything off heavy. So we're going to begin this week off by watching the company as you're seeing exactly right here. The company is PLTR. So we just smacked this company on top of their head with a frying pan and a belt to their booty just here on Friday, smacked them. But right now, this week, I'm looking for another play on the company. So what I'm going to do right here, I'm going to break this down very, very smoothly for you guys. What I'm going to do here on YouTube Live to keep the class short and concise, I'm going to give you guys what I'm looking at on the company. I'm going to give you basically which area I'm watching to buy the stock or potentially sell the stock. And then after this class session, I'm going to go over to the Discord with all the students of the mentorship, and we're going to break down in deep detail of exactly why I'm looking at this position. And then for the live trading, we're going to break down exactly when to enter into the stock in real time so you could trade along with me, right? Because I don't want to bore you guys here on YouTube Live. If you don't know how to trade properly and, our trading strategies, what I'm saying probably won't make sense. So I'll just give you guys what I'm looking at, and then we'll break down in detail with all the students. All right, so first play of the watch. What am I talking about? First play of the week we're looking at is here on PLTR. So as you can see right here, guys, on PLTR, we have attempted to make a move right here above this previous high here on PLTR. And as you can see, we failed to actually make a movement above this high here on PLTR. We got pretty close to it, and then we ended up having a strong rejection in price. But let me show you guys what happened with this rejection. Now, PLTR essentially made a movement, as you see right here, above this high exactly right here on PLTR. Now, once PLTR made this move above this high, it basically trapped all of the buyers up here in price here on PLTR, and we ended up making a strong move to the downside on the stock. And this is exactly why we called out puts in the market here on PLTR on Friday, was because we seen what was happening with our turtle soup trading model. And we cover all this in detail, obviously. But just here, if you're on YouTube, if you don't know why we call puts here on PLTR, this was the play of the whole week. I mean, this stock opened up here in price, and we crashed all the way below these previous lows that were sitting exactly right here. Y'all put a 1 in the chat if you're following so far. Just put a 1 in the chat, because we trap buyers up here. And as you guys know, if you've been coming to my class sessions and you've been enjoying the classes, maybe you've been getting some free game, put a 1 in the chat. Obviously, who's been actually learning? Because whenever you're buying puts in the market, guys, it's very, very simple. I just want to make trading as easy as possible for some people, because some people think trading is so hard, but after you understand the foundations and the frameworks, you make a lot of money in the stock market. So for example, in a bearish market, you have lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. In a bullish market, you have higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So let's focus all on the bearish market right now. If you're buying puts in the market, you must be looking to attack the previous lower lows in the market, so you're able to basically continue the downtrend by creating lower lows, lower highs, and lower lows, right? So you see here on PLTR, we kind of created a little bit of a move right there. And this right here was our previous lower low here on PLTR. And we came out here on Friday, opened up here in price, and had a strong move all the way down to our lower lows that we were able to capture. Guys, we do one free live trading class every single Friday. I mean, everybody banks. Look at this. Jonathan's up over $10,000 just the past 2 weeks in the mentorship. That's crazy. All right. Shariah, she withdrew $2,000 off of her small account challenge, and she's already near about $2,000 into her trading account, right? Guys, everybody's banking, and let's actually talk about what we're looking at in this market. All right, so on PLTR, I'm going to be watching this week for a move to the upside, right? Now, I'm going to pull up my notes to give you guys the exact key levels I'm watching on PLTR and the reasons why. So this move, guys, I'm going to tell you guys to write this down. This move will be very, very variable. So let me tell you guys what it means to have a variable stock move. So because SPY is sitting here at all-time highs, if we were to see a retracement in price, PLTR will also be dropping in price. However, if the prices continue to stabilize and continue to see further all-time highs, as it has been doing the past few weeks, I think PLTR will be making a bounce here at this level. I'm potentially waiting for PLTR to make a retracement, guys. Write this down. Free game. Free game. I want to see PLTR make a retracement back down to this $172 area for a move to the upside. 172. Someone put that in the chat. Someone put 172 into the chat. I'm going to post all my plays right here so we can, keep everything accounted for. So let me watching PLTR for a move. So PLTR waiting for a pullback to 172 to buy calls. Now, this is what I mean about the variableness here on PLTR. If we close a 1 hour or 4 hour candlestick below this key area, 171.5, PLTR could potentially make a move to the downside, but I'm going to be watching mainly for a move to the downside first and then a move to the upside. I actually believe that PLTR was meaning to take out this high right here at about 190 this past week, and it failed it right there. And it needed a retracement right there, and then we got to make a move to the upside. Like I said, I'm going to break down the exact technicals of exactly what I'm looking at. I'm going to show my strategies, because I try not to gatekeep here on YouTube. I give you guys all the game, but I can't give you exactly why I'm looking at this play, because we teach that into the mentorship, and I feel like you literally wouldn't know what I'm talking about here, unless you're in, the program. So let's talk about the next play we're looking at for the week. That's PLTR. Play number 2. This play, guys, can make a lot of y'all some fettuccine. Let's talk about Miss Tesla Shiana. All right, if you're in the chat, you know that we joke around with Tesla. Tesla is she has her good days and she has her bad days. Some days I want to throw Tesla out, tell her to get out the car and walk home, and some days, I want to buy her some flowers. All right, Tesla is a banker in the chat. She makes us a lot of money on Tesla. So what I'm going to be looking at here on Tesla, as you can see here on my 4-hour time frame here on Tesla, we built a little bit of a pin bar candlestick pattern right here on Tesla. And if you don't know what a pin bar candlestick pattern is, or a hammer candlestick, let me go ahead and show y'all some game right quick, right? So off the bat, let's go ahead and open up one of our documents right here. And you can see here we have a bunch of different candlestick patterns. So you have a bullish pin bar pattern, as you see right here, right? And on top of that, you have what we call a dragonfly doji pattern here on Tesla. So what that means is we're basically creating a really large candlestick like this one right here with a long body, with a long tail and a small body. So let's go ahead and actually Google what a hammer candlestick pattern is in the stock market. So hammer candlestick, this is for people who want to actually learn. All right, so a hammer candlestick pattern is the image exactly right here. In a downtrend followed by a hammer candlestick pattern, you typically have a stronger move back to the upside. So here on Tesla, depending on how the market is moving, I feel like we had a nice strong move to the downside. Once again, guys, we came right here and took out these highs right here on Tesla, right? We had a move to the upside, and now we've seen a strong move right back to the downside to a significant high time frame imbalance here on Tesla. All right, and we had a nice strong bounce right here on Friday off of these lows. So someone probably was thinking like we're going to drop all day. You got fooled. We had a strong move to the upside on Tesla. You know, and if you're in the mentorship, you know why Tesla has actually bounced off this area. So this week here on Tesla, guys, write this down. This is going to be free game. I am watching the Tesla 420 bounce for calls here on Tesla. Like I said, I'm trying to be very short and sweet here on YouTube. This we don't. I see that with these classes that I do are always like an hour long. I don't know why and don't know how. I'm just a little passionate about this stuff, but I feel like give you guys, you know, the game up front so you can, you know, take notes and, you know, matter of fact, let me pause this for one second, guys. If you're here on this class right now on YouTube Live, I'm going to tell you this information I'm giving you. I've taken hours upon hours to find these stock games. These levels in the market, I took hours to find these stock plays. So when I go live, I'm giving you guys a game that I'm going to actually use myself in the stock market world. So all I ask you to go ahead and do is take it serious and actually apply it. If not, I don't know what to tell you because there's so much money to be made if you actually apply yourself. So this is why we're going to get into the next play for the day. All right. So I'm watching Tesla for a pullback to 420 for calls here on Tesla. I think this play is going to be a banger. If you came to my stock classes, guys, y'all know I call out some bangers, and oh my goodness, I think Tesla calls on a pullback is going to make people some money on this week. This is my second play on watch, all right? Now, the third play on watch for the day, guys, give me a drum roll, please. Y'all give me a quick little drum roll here for this third play. And before I give y'all this third play, I'm sorry, but how many of you guys are invested into crypto? Put a W in the chat if y'all have some money in cryptocurrency right now. Just go ahead and put a W in the chat. I want to see who. Just go ahead and put a W in the chat. Because recently, we had a nice, strong crypto crash as of recently. And in the chat, we posted an entry here on Ethereum right here below 4,000 at 39.45 here on Ethereum. And since our entry, guys, on Ethereum, as you see right here, I mean, literally from our entry point down here, we had to move up almost 17% at the highs here on Ethereum. So I'm going to tell you right now, guys, I don't know who needs to hear this, but whenever you're trading in the stock market, don't just think about the money today, money today. No, think about the generational wealth that you actually can curate from applying yourself to this game, right? Just this past month alone here for September, I tried to keep it, you know, humble and everything like that, but I did withdraw over 100 bands for September. Put a fire in the chat for that. This is one of my biggest trading months of my career. Over $120,000 withdrawn. And I'm going to show like a little image just for motivational purposes. But basically, whenever you're trading in the market, guys, of course we want to make $1,000 a day. We want to make, you know, $2K a day, everything like that, right? But you want to make sure that you're actually paying yourself. So what I did here in the first of the month here for October, I withdrew, first of the month here, October, I withdrew $50,000 from my trading account into my banking account. This is on the first of the month. And then earlier last month, you know, if y'all were paying attention to our Stock Sunday classes, we gave you guys a free level to watch here on AMD about 3 weeks ago. We gave you the free setup literally from A to Z. I took it myself. I put $13,000 into the trade, and I made a return of $92,000 with a full profit return of $80,000 in one day on AMD. After that trade there on AMD, It's feeling like a little good. So I put out a big withdrawal for about another 50K, and I ended the month at over $120,000 last month. So if this isn't telling you that these plays work, I don't know what to tell you. I just want to give you guys some free game. I hope you guys are able to really tap in and listen, because this next play I'm going to give you guys, this might be the play that makes a lot of people some money. All right. The third play, guys, is going to be here on hymns. So hymns. Yo, if you're a fella in the chat and you feel like you him, put a 1 in the chat. I want to see who feels like you're him in the chat. I want to see who feels like they're him. Because if you're on this live stream right now, you should feel like you're him. If not, this class is not for you. Investing in the stock market is not just a man's game. It's for women and men. But if you're a woman, you gotta feel like you her. If you're a fella, you gotta feel like you him. At the end of the day, you gotta be confident with yourself. So this is a stock that I'm watching. Hims, I am watching this company to go to the downside this week. And let me quickly explain why before I go to the Zoom class with the students. So Hims has been creating a long-term trend of support since like early September right here at this trend line, right? So we originally was trending all the way back here in August. We broke trend right here. We picked it back up, and now we're seeing a squeeze and a move back to the upside. Now, Hims has tried. I mean, it has tried to make a move to go to the upside consistently, but what keeps happening? Every single time Hims touches this little area of support, what happens? It bounces, bounces, bounces. But what happened here for the first time in a whole month? Someone let me know in the chat. What happened here on Hims for the first time in over a month? Someone let me know into the chat. I want to know if someone knows the answer. What happened right here on Hims for the first time in a whole month? All right, we obviously just broke structure. We just broke structure, right? We've been holding on to this trend line for a month. It's been holding on to this trend line like a loose hair. And the barber just came and clipped it off. Shout out to Marcus in the chat. All right? It just broke this structure. So after you see this change of character in the market, guys, I need you to understand what happens next in the stock market world. You need to be prepared for this information, because if you're not, you could literally be left behind in the past. So we have what we call a change of character or a market structure shift. So basically, after you create a change of character in price, let's say we're here in an uptrend, right? Like Hims was. We had a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Boom. Right here, we just created our change of character, right? Now, when that happens, you want to do this exactly right here. I want you guys to take notes. After you create this change of character, you break structure here on Hims, wait for a retest back to a significant area in price. I'm typically looking for an imbalance. I'm looking for a psychological area. I'm looking for a liquidity pool. I'm looking for a key area where sellers are stepping into the market. Wait for the market to make a retest into a key area price, and then take that stock to the downside. So once again, wait for a change of character. So I move to the downside of this trend line right here. Step 1. Step 2, wait for a move to the upside. And step 3, take the stock now to the downside. That being said, here on Hims, I am actually looking for this company to drop a little bit more this week, right? This is step 1. Matter of fact, let me draw it for y'all. I want to see Hims drop a little bit this week, right? I'm going to draw it here in red. Now, after we drop this right here, it's going to be called my confirmation. Somebody put confirmation into the chat. This right here is my confirmation that I'm waiting for, right? This right here is called confirmation, right? Right here. So guys, as an investor, you got to be very, very patient. You could obviously try to get rich tomorrow, but if you want a surety, you want to have confirmation. So put that into the chat. After this move happens to the downside, we have proper confirmation here on Hims, right? Now, I see a fair value gap right here on my higher time frame. And if you don't know how to draw that, we cover that in the mentorship. The link is pinned into the comments here, into the chat here on YouTube Live. But essentially, I want to see a retracement of Hims back into this imbalance here in price. And I want to take this gap down to the downside. So ideally, what I'm looking for on Hims is I'm looking for a rejection on Hims at this $55 area on Hims. I'm looking for a rejection. And there's like actually like three more things I'm looking at on like all like every single stock that you see uh right here on my screen right here. These are my top plays I'm looking at for the week. So I'm looking for a HIMS rejection at 55, specifically 55.10. So that's in me right here. 55.10 is about right up here on HIMS. So about 55.10 to about 56. This is what I'm looking at. So 55.10 to 56. This is what I'm looking at for HIMS. So these are the top three plays. I have a few more plays. I might keep it short and sweet. I don't know if y'all are interested in some more plays. Y'all let me know in the chat if you're interested in some more plays. I want to keep it short and sweet because, like, I'm going to give the people in the mentorship, like, I'm going to take y'all to school this week, guys. I ain't going to lie. Guys, this week is the week to make a lot of money in the market. I can just feel it. If we make the moves that I think that we're going to make this week, there's some money to be made. And the best part about it is if you're actually in the mentorship, we actually give you guys a live trading call every single day. So I share my screen. It's a voice call. I will literally share the exact trades I'm taking every single day. So look at this. We over a party in the chat, right? We call out these moves in the chat before it happens, and we literally give you the exact trade verbatim. We make the money, and then we'll show you how much we made, and we'll even explain after the class why we took the play in deep detail with nothing holding back. So if you're a beginner right now and then you want to actually learn, this is literally the one-stop shop that you actually need, because I'm not going to ever discredit anybody's chat or their communities, but most people are pretty scared to do live trading, or they're pretty scared to do a class like this, because whatever you say, you got to stand on that. You see what I'm saying? Like, if I call a play and it goes wrong, I'm going to tell you, hey, y'all, this play went wrong. Like, this play was ass this week. I'm going to be honest, right? But you notice that I literally called the crypto dump 2 weeks ago, and I put it as my YouTube caption here before the dump happened, right? And then whenever crypto dumped, let me show you what we did in the chat. The crypto dumped, right? It had like a nice move to the downside, right? Down here, when I called it out, and we bought the dip. I offloaded some of my cash into this crypto dip, and I'm up like 14% right now on it, which is close to 5 figures, but we don't have to talk about that. I just want to tell you guys that you need to be very diligent with your investments. You need to have a community. You need to have confirmation. You need to actually spend time with your investments, because, you know, all the flashy things and stuff like that, that shit's not going to last, right? What's going to last is how is your family going to have generational wealth by the end of this quarter, right? Y'all go ahead and put a 1 into the chat if you want your families to have generational wealth, you know, by next year. Honestly, who wants to be that person in their family, the black sheep that comes in your family, does a full 360, and everyone's able to properly make it because you actually have sacrificed and put the work in today? I'm going to see who's that person in the chat. So I see over 40 people on today's live stream, and then, you know, I got some more plays to give y'all, but, you know, they say faith without works is dead, man. So it's like, I can give the plays out, I could drop a game, but if y'all aren't coming here and playing a game, man, I don't know. Look at that. We see people here on YouTube going crazy. Right, this live stream is going amazing right now. Look at that. All these ones in the chat. Look at that. Great sauce. Look at that. Look at that. Exactly. So if y'all are right here coming to this live stream, I want to tell you that you're in the right place. All right, especially if you're a new trader, like a new investor, just take it slow. If you're a beginner, I recommend you to start paper trading. So what does that mean? Go on Webull. Start practice trading, right? Begin looking at fake money trading and use that to your advantage. You want to basically trade first with the fake money, so if you make a mistake, it's not going to cost you real cash right now. It's not going to cost you money down the drain. It's going to cost you a heartbreak right now. When you're taking it serious and trading, you're going to see a lot of opportunity, but if you actually put the work in and work hard right now, it'll be way more easier later, right? So let's go ahead and talk about this last play real quick, guys. I see a lot of ones in the chat. I believe y'all telling the truth, you know, obviously action shows more, but I believe y'all are telling the truth, that you want to be that person to your family that could change everything. So this week, this is some of the earnings companies for the week. If you did not know, companies have to report their balance sheet every single week. Me personally, I don't really see nothing crazy this week for earnings besides Delta Airlines and Tilray. So Tilray is a cannabis company that manufactures cannabis. PEP is a cool company, but I don't see nothing crazy this week for earnings. Let's talk about the bonus plays for the week. Y'all go ahead and put a W in the chat for the bonus plays. I see a lot of people in the chat. A lot of y'all put in ones. Okay. I see a lot of y'all put ones in the chat. Let us see it, guys. Let us see it. So this is going to be my bonus play for the week. How many of y'all heard me on the class 2 weeks ago speaking about this company right here, VKTX? VKTX. This company, guys, I've been slamming the table on healthcare. For a long time. You want to be able to rotate sectors every single time you see deemed fit. So money has been just transitioning into the healthcare field quietly. While all these tech companies are dropping in price, money has been shifting into the healthcare companies. VKTX, Viking Therapeutics, as you can see right here, previously they had a really, really strong move to the downside and lost over like 50% valuation here on the stock and on the company. Now, after that happened, I told you guys here on the Stock Sunday class to go ahead and actually buy some long-term calls on VKTX. And as you can see right here, let me show you. So do you guys see right here how this line here in red is my low here on VKTX? You see that right here? Now, as soon as this company dropped below this low, what happened? It engulfed it right there, and we began to see a move to the upside. It came down again, and now, as you can see today, we've been consistently shooting up in price for the past couple days in a row, just handing out money, right? So another play I haven't watched that is healthcare related is going to be Moderna. So Moderna is a company that moves alongside VKTX, and they have a strong move to the upside as well with VKTX. But unfortunately, we're moving into an area of supply up here, and I believe that we could be seeing a little bit of a retracement as this run right here was a little bit overextended right here for the week. So in my opinion, one of my bonus plays for the week, drum roll please, I'm looking at Moderna to make another move like this. Let me show you. I want to see them specifically make a move up here like this. And specifically, let me show you something, right? I want Moderna to actually make a movement above this top wick right here on price, which is sitting at about, this is about like $29. So I want to see a retracement on Moderna somewhere in this key area right here between $29 and about 29.3 here on Moderna. Now, let me show you a fair warning. I think this company off this area right here can make a strong move to the downside and probably come and attack this previous order block right here on Moderna. So this right here is what we call an order block in the market, all right? So I want to see Moderna actually attack this area near about $27, and this is a bonus play, but this move from right here to right here will make a lot of y'all rich. If you don't know about trading, that move right there can make you some money, right? So bonus play, Moderna, I'm watching for a rejection between 29 and 29.3. All right, guys. So I'm gonna get like a, I'm make it look cool. As you guys know, like, I make these watch list things look really sharp, as you can see right here. We make crazy images for the watch list. I'm gonna have some for y'all really shortly. But guys, this right here is my top plays for the week in the stock market world. I have a few more plays that I'm gonna cover, but I want to keep this class short and sweet. Hey guys, if you're in the mentorship, go ahead and put a me in the chat. If you're in the premium Discord, go ahead and put a me in the chat. I want to see who's in the building. I want to see who's tapped in. I just want to see who's in the building right now because we have some announcements here for the week. I want to see who's tapped in. We got over 45 people here on YouTube Live, and we have a little bit more game to drop very quick. Okay. I see me's in the chat. Okay. Look at that. We are deeper in the chat. Look at that. We are deep here in the chat. I see a lot of people are looking to really win, apply themselves, and get to that bag. Look at that. Everyone in the chat is tapped in on a higher level. And this is why, if you see right here, guys, just check this out. I don't even need to talk to myself. Look at this. For example, like him right here made $871 here on Friday, right? Magic going absolutely crazy, all right? So Levi made $860 in a day, okay? Just look at this. Look at Brittany's consistency. Look at this. 165, 140, that's 300, 500, that's $800, 850. She made over 1.7K in one day here on Friday. 1.7K is ridiculous in a day. $700 here at Microsoft here for Mr. Billions, right? So guys, people are making a lot of money, but the biggest thing right now, guys, is it's all about learning, right? Trading's all about learning and applying yourself here. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is right after this class, if you're in the mentorship, I want you to actually meet me right here on this chat called the live trading room. And I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go deeper into these plays today and like what we're actually watching for the week. I want to really break down in deep detail with no gatekeeping, like exactly what I'm looking at. And, you know, the biggest part about this program is we actually will live trade with you. So you see here into the chat, look at this. Like, look at this. Ryan, the classes really help. She's making 700% on the play, 1,000% on the play. Look at this, 400%. We literally live trade look at this. We even did some push-ups here on Friday. Look, we did like a workout here on Friday. So we do like a lot more things than just trading. So if you want to get into this chat, guys, into this room right now, the link is pinned in the comments to apply for the mentorship program. You know, it's going to be a really, really jam-packed room right here. So if you're on this live stream right now, just go ahead and join this class right here. We're going to move from the YouTube live stream right to Discord here immediately. And hey, guys, this is going to be an amazing week. I hope that if you guys got some massive gain from this class session, I mean, look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He made $2,000 here on Friday. He wasn't even done. I'm going to just brag on both of my students, but guys, just like, look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this. Look at this. 2,000 in a day, 9,000 in a month. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't want to feel like I'm talking to myself here. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, guys. But look, the work works. You know, I'm really looking forward to this week. This is going to be a jam-packed week. I'm excited. If y'all gain some value from this class, or if you gain any value from any of our classes, put a fire in the chat. You know, I don't see who's been learning from these classes and who's just been like, you know, confused. He said, he ain't capping. God sent a great messenger. Amen. Amen, man. Man, this week, I'm excited this week. You know, I'm looking forward to see who's really like, you know, this week is going to really show who's taking trading serious, because there's so much money to make. But like whenever you're at all-time highs like we're at right now, the opportunities for shorts is going to be crazy, man. And if you're a beginner right now, we're doing like a beginner's round right now for the mentorship. We're doing a small account challenge. We're doing a beginner's mentorship round. So there's so much to learn right now. So look, without further ado, guys, we'll see y'all onto the Discord channel right now. Y'all have a blessed day here, guys. Keep God into your life. It's Sunday. Take it easy. Take it slow. And we'll see y'all tomorrow morning. Take care, guys. God bless. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.